Okay, boys and girls, I wonder, can anyone read the name that we're thinking about this week? Yeah, the name for Jesus this week is friend. I wonder, can anyone think of what makes somebody a good friend, or how you can be a good friend to somebody? Yeah, what do you have to be? What sort of person would you have to be a good friend? Yeah, being kind, being loyal. That means sticking by somebody no matter what. Maybe you would like a friend who's funny or who can tell really good jokes. Maybe your friend is someone that likes the same things that you do. Maybe you support the same football team. Maybe you like the same music. Maybe you go to the same sports club or do the same games. There are lots of things that make people good friends, and it's really important that we try to be good friends to other people. But you know what, boys and girls? I wonder, can you guess who is the best friend that you could ever have? Yeah, the best friend that you can ever have is Jesus. And we're going to be thinking why in just a wee while. So whenever Jesus was on the earth, he had lots of friends. Lots of people wanted to be friends with Jesus because he was such an amazing teacher and he did amazing miracles. He was kind. He looked after people. He had lots of friends. And you know what? Whenever Jesus was on the earth, he chose some men to be his special helpers. Can anyone remember what they were called? Not all of their names, but what's the name that we give to these men, the group of men who Jesus chose to be his helpers? Yeah, we call them his disciples. So we had these 12 disciples, and one of the disciples was called Peter. And it's Peter that we're going to be thinking a little bit more about today, and the story of how Jesus was such a good friend to Peter, even whenever Peter wasn't a good friend to Jesus. Because we were saying earlier that one of the things you need to be a good friend is to be loyal. And to be loyal means to stick by somebody even when it's hard. And you know what? Peter didn't do that. But we're going to be thinking about how amazing it is that Jesus, even when Peter let him down, Jesus forgave him, because Jesus is the best friend that you could ever have and the best friend that I could ever have. So coming up now, we've got a little video about the time whenever Jesus had died on the cross and Peter let Jesus down because Peter pretended that he didn't know Jesus. Peter pretended that Jesus was never one of his friends. And you know what? Jesus forgave him anyway. And so we're going to be thinking some more about that after this wee video clip. So have a wee watch now and we'll think some more